Hola todos. So I just wanted to come on here and say thank you to all my followers, supporters. For the people that don't know me, my name is Wendy Ramirez. I am the founder of Inti Malena, which is a brand that promotes culture in fashion. But for all my supporters and people that have been shopping, buying the masks that I've been making, I want to give you an update in terms of where I'm at, what your support has meant for me, the transformations that I've gone through in this last month of April. In March, at the end of March, I celebrated a birthday and I was supposed to be in Colombia. That trip got canceled, but I was very happy staying home for the last week of March and just creating and making beautiful things that I felt inspired by, connected to nature, connected to my indigenous native roots. And I was making danza azteca outfits to do danza, which I started a couple of years ago. And from that evolved, I made a couple of masks with fabric that I had for my family and to donate to some organizations that I know needed them. But then people started asking me, are you selling them? Are you selling them on social media? And I wasn't planning on it because I didn't want to make a profit out of something that I felt was a suffering from people. But I decided if I sold them that I would donate 50% to farm workers COVID-19 relief fund, because I know that a lot of our first responders and healthcare professionals and grocery workers and so many people in the front lines, but farm workers are always the people that I feel have jobs that nobody else wants to do, and also that living conditions that are very, very harsh. And I always felt like something needed to change. And so I decided I can make masks and donate 50% of what I sold to the farm workers. Little did I know that the month of April would be the month where I had the highest sales ever for Inti Malena, and really just that I could enlist my mom to help me make masks and make all these masks. So it was really tough because, well, I see so many business suffering, and me here, just making masks, having a very, very profitable business. There was guilt associated with it, but knowing that I can give half back to the communities that need it the most made it a lot easier to handle. So I'm so excited to announce that for the month of April, will I have donated over $3,000 to the farm workers COVID-19 fund. And that's the largest donation that I've ever made. Even just making that in sales for a month is not something that was normal for me. And it feels really good. And the other part of it has been that I've been able to give my mom, who's been supporting me and helping me, a quarter of that. So $1,500 from like sales that have exceeded $6,000 in the month of April. And so I decided my new business model is that's what it is. It's 50% to issues that I care about, for people, for my community, for the people that I feel are more excluded and more vulnerable in our society. And what's always been very dear to my heart has been immigrants and immigrants issues. And so I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to donate 50%, not only of sales that I have for masks, but sales on my Etsy store all around. And then donate 25%, well, not donate, pay 25% of that to the people that are actually making this, whether it's artisans in Mexico, whether it's my mother here, whether it's other people that I employ that need jobs in Los Angeles or in Mexico. Like, the people actually making it should be getting at least 25% of those sales. And then the other 25% is, as a small business owner, the operating costs that you have in terms of buying your supplies, buying your fabric, buying things that right now are actually really expensive. I had a lot of materials and I felt a responsibility to use everything that I have. And for April, I did do that. But then I was lucky enough to find a local store that sells fabrics and beautiful fabrics, and owned by a Latino family. And but it still implies me waiting in line for a good 30 minutes to get into the store, and it being very limited supplies. But I feel so that's kind of like where my business model is now, and where I want to continue to take it, which is 50% of what you're buying is going directly to a cause and that is important to me, like farm workers, immigrants' rights. And so I'm making a political statement with my donations, with your contribution. And if you support what I believe in and you purchase from me, just know that's where 50% of the sales price is gonna go to, and then the other 25% is gonna go to who's making that, and that's usually gonna be either communities in Mexico. It's gonna be women here. My idea of having a job here is not having to go into a factory and work a 9 to 7 job, but taking work when you need it, being able to do it from home. That's what I plan to create. That's my vision for the future. And then another 25% for me, just covering what my expenses are, what it costs to run a business. And that's really what my new business model is. And I know it's crazy because I struggled with running my business as a profitable business, just because I always wanted to pay people fairly. And so now with this model, what I get in return is not only being able to create and design and do the things that I love and give back to issues that I care about, stay very committed to my roots, to what calls me, to the, just kind of to my community, but also just having the freedom and flexibility to create what's in my heart, what I, like what I envision, what I'm moved to create, without the continuous pressure of like having a business be profitable. I'm okay. This business, Inti Malena, does not have to be profitable. If I get to give back, create jobs, create my designs, express myself, and break even, that's a win for me, because that's how I want to be spending my time. So thank you for your support. Just know everything you shop for on Inti Malena will be half of it will be donated to a cause that I care about.